Someone once said, many people are unhappy because they see the past as being better than it was, the present as being worse than it is, and the future as being more unresolved than it will be. I think there's some truth to that, and I'd like us to think about each of those parts for a second. Many people think of the past as being better than it was. That's one of the things about our human memory. We kind of remember the good things, or even bad stories, we turn into good ones. I've been on lots of bike trips where I've got hailed on and rained on, and it's just been miserable on my motorcycle, and yet I think back on it now and smile. I tell stories about those things as if they were fun, but really in the moment they were no fun at all. Lots of times people do that. I've had people tell me that the church was better in 1960 than it is today. I doubt that's true. I think if you were taking a really honest look at the church in 1960, it would be the same group as it is now in lots of ways. Some good things, some bad things. The past we remember as being better than it really was, but really, it had its struggles too. Some people see the present then too as being worse than it really is, and there's no denying there are some problems. Individuals have some huge problems. But overall, things really aren't that bad. Overall, things could get much worse. Really, right? Overall, we think it's worse now than it is because we focus on the negative instead of the positive. And when we choose to see it differently, the present really isn't all that bad. Many people are unhappy because the future is more unresolved than it will be. Lots of people look forward and imagine all sorts of horrible things that are going to come or things that are going to happen and imagine how hard the future is going to be, and yet the future works itself out as we go. Things resolve as you go forward. You don't have to have all the answers right now. They become apparent as you go. There's a Latin phrase that Augustine was credited with saying. My Latin's terrible, but it goes something like solvitur ambulando. It will work itself out as you walk. That's the idea. As you keep going, the things will become clear. The future will work itself out as you go forward. So when we fall into the trap of thinking that the past was way better than it ever was, that right now is really bad and the future is going to be worse, then you're always going to be unhappy. The truth of the matter is the past had some good things and some bad things. Present has some good things and some bad things. The future will have some good things and some bad things, but through it all, we have some help. We do not go through any of these things alone. God walked with us in the past. God will walk with us in the future, and God is walking with us right now. It's just up to us to see it. You've probably been to a funeral and heard this read many times. The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not be in want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside quiet waters. He restores my soul. The start of the 23rd Psalm. If we can remember that God is always walking with us, that He is shepherding us, that He is leading us, that He is taking us to the places He wants to be, and that He's caring for us, then things will be better, things will be okay. We can have some hope and some confidence and some trust. I hope you have some good memories of the past, but don't idealize that. You may have some concerns for the future. Please know that you'll likely figure it out as you go. Maybe you're struggling right now, but I hope you know there's a God who's with you in all places, at all times. He hasn't let you down yet, and He never will.